fourth quarter leave kind of a bit of a sour taste? You guys played really well for a couple quarters in the middle there, but last one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, one of the things we talked about before the game was, our consistency, and kind of reared its ugly head again. Great first quarter, great third quarter, poor second, poor fourth. And it's not like you have your second unit in during those times as much. With us, we're just kind of playing everybody. So, it's a little disappointing, to be honest with you.
What were the trends in the second and the fourth that maybe got in your guys' way from pushing this?
We lost some intensity defensively. 32, give her a lot of credit. She kicked our butt, getting to the basket, had a really good game. And you saw it. I mean, how many shots did we have at the basket and we're not finishing? We're trying to avoid contact instead of going through it. We don't focus on making little bunnies, and that hurt us tonight. We didn't shoot it well from the free throw line and shot it well for 3-point for the most part. I think maybe ended up 50%. I don't even know, 7-16, but I don't know.
Some veterans were guilty of some of those, missed free throws, missed bunnies, but in terms of the consistency issue, for as impressed as we've all been with your freshmen, is some of that just a young team still early in the season figuring out how to sustain that effort that you want to see?
Yeah. And, we had done a really good job. The fourth quarter, through 3 quarters is a pretty good game. I mean, we played relatively well, and, we're close to being on pace to what we would normally score. And, we'd held them under, 30-something points going into that last quarter. We just kind of let it get away from us. And, I got a technical. I usually don't get technicals because I didn't like the officiating. Even though, I think it's important in a game like that the lead official get ahead of the play, right? And I reminded him of that. So, but usually it's because my team isn't responding the way we would like them to respond, and so you can't hardly yell at them anymore. So you take it out on the 3 in stripes, I guess.
There was a moment in the fourth quarter, Grace was kind of trapped in with the ball, and Tahina was out of the wing, called for the ball, calmly knocks down a 3. It just seems that kind of embodies kind of what she can mean for your young players in terms of being calm under pressure, providing a big shot when you need to get going.
Yeah, Tahina played a really good game tonight, and it was under control the whole time. Yeah. And, she's been doing that really for us all year. Really proud of her. Grace had we all had some good moments. I thought defensively we scrambled around and forced a lot of turnovers. First half, I think we only scored, I think we forced 12 turnovers, only had 7 points off those turnovers. So we weren't doing a great job of capitalizing. Did a much better job in the third quarter, and then fourth quarter again. I don't think we did anything really well. But credit Southern Utah. They came in, they played hard. I told the team beforehand, this is the best team we've played of the 4 so far, and it proved to be so. They played really hard, and for the first time this year, we got outworked and got out rebounded, and that was a little disappointing.
When you look ahead to this weekend and the tournament in Portland, and I guess specifically the game against North Carolina on Thursday?
Yeah, well, if we play like this, it won't be much of a game. They'll be subbing early third quarter, so we're going to have to play a lot better. There's just no question about it. A lot more intensity. These were good tune-ups, I guess, going into that tournament. But, now it gets real. It gets real. So hopefully our kids maybe learned a lesson tonight. I don't know. I, as a coach, did. That we've got a lot of work to do. North Carolina, I've seen them a couple of times, and they're really, really good. They're long. They're athletic. They've got playmakers. They've got size. The whole package. They're a legitimate top 10 team, which is, I think, maybe probably where they're at. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to the rankings, but they're good. So we're going to have to be better. Yeah, we're going to have to play pretty close to as well as we can play to compete against some of the teams right now.
You have a couple of freshmen who are having that first experience with it, Kelly. Just how comfortable do you feel leaning on the group that you have right now to go up against, number 8 team in the country with 5 players in double figures, and this is the first time they're on that kind of a stage.
Yeah, well, we've had 6 in double figures until tonight. So, I don't know. Remains to be seen. I'm confident. I like my team. I mean, we obviously didn't do a lot of great things tonight, but no, I think we're ready for it. Actually, I think it's going to be good for us because it's difficult as much as everybody thinks that it's fun to just kind of blow teams out. It's really not. When you get competitors, they want to play against the best, and starting on Thursday and then continuing after that, and then for the next month, you guys, we might have the toughest 1 month stretch of any team in the country. So we've got our work cut out for us. But no, I'm okay. I think we're going to be fine. I think our freshmen will step up to the challenge, and we have good experienced guards that are ready, used to that kind of competition. So I think we'll be fine.
You ended with like a really small lineup with Taylor at the 5 a couple of times. What did you see from there? What were you trying to get out of that kind of a lineup?
A lot. You saw most of that fourth quarter. We tried to run an offense that obviously wasn't real strong, but just to kind of change things up a little bit. We tried some things tonight. Yeah, Taylor, she's going to have to be the 5 sometimes. Grace was struggling, a little bit, and Philly has not been feeling well, and I wasn't going to put her back in, but then I asked her in that fourth quarter, and she said, "No, I want to play. I'm okay." So I played her. So in that case, you got to go with Taylor at the 5.
Certainly lobbying / giving as much support as you could over the years for Portland to get the Final Four finally. Your thoughts on what have been a many-year process to get it, and obviously it's many years off still, but your thoughts on the fact
Yeah, well, I think it's really neat that Portland won the bid for the 2030. Let's not get to a 2030 Final Four. Listen, I know Sport Oregon, I think Jim Etzel and his whole staff, they did a great job. They stayed after it, and we didn't get it the first time they put in a bid, but they stayed after it, and I think the committee made the right choice. This community, Portland, the whole state, we support women's basketball. You've got 2 of the 13 or 14 biggest fan bases right here in your backyard. The Thorns have proven that, the Portland fans will also support it. Women's athletics, and I think it's a great site. Portland's got some work to do, right, to get this thing ready by 30. Maybe some politics will help in cleaning up that place a little bit, but I'm really happy. Portland's such a beautiful city. It's a great city, got a great vibe, and it's neat that we're going to be the showcase of the sport for at least 1 year. And my guess is we're going to nail it. When I say we, I'm an Oregonian. We're going to nail it, and it will be put in that rotation because I think we've earned that. Okay. The kids are out signing autographs, so I don't know if you want to even talk to any of them, to be honest with you. I can give you their phone number, and you can call them if you want. But you guys had a long week, didn't you? A long weekend and everything else, so what the hell, go home. Take the night off. Do you want me to answer for them? Ask me a question, and I'll answer for them.
They're going to be frowned upon.
Oh.